What's good, ladies and gentlemen? The Healest of Ballers is back on the channel. A rainy, stormy, wild day, but it is time to talk Survivor Series live from Petco Park in San Diego. Alright, cool. WWE's first, Survivor Series in broad daylight. Their first, one doing a baseball stadium. Survivor Series-wise, obviously, done baseball stadiums before. And yeah, man, it's looking pretty fun. I'll give it that. Raw itself was pretty alright as well. I just can't wait to see how this show turns out. We have 4 matches on the card. Let's not waste any of your time. Let's begin with the women's Wargames match, as we have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee going up against Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, and my girl Becky Lynch. Man, this match in general is going to be fun. Quite frankly, my opinion, this might steal the show. A lot of good people in here. Rhea is always great in War Games. Io, we obviously know what she does in War Games with the whole trash can bit, which I guarantee she's going to do this year. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, the whole dynamic between those two, with Charlotte walking out of the team and then re-entering, and then I guarantee it's going to be shenanigans inside this match. With Wild Things. AJ Lee's first ever, I believe this is AJ's first ever steel cage match in general. I believe so. So this is going to be interesting. Her first War Games match and her first steel cage match. I believe it's first steel cage. But anyways, so that's that. Again, it's crazy to think that AJ Lee is back in the WWE. It's so cool. It's so cool. And on the other side, we have Nia Jax. Like I said, been warming up to Nia Jax last year. I can't stand Lash Legend, but she's in this match too. The Kabuki Warriors. It's always great to see the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi. And of course, my girl Bex, who just recently lost the Women's Intercontinental Championship to Maxine Dupree. So, I mean, honestly, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Becky putting over new people, which is pretty cool. And Maxine has been, in my opinion, been really working hard for this. And yeah, she deserves it. So, Maxine Dupree. Let's give it up to Maxine Dupree. Anyways, this rivalry, like I said, has been, going on and on and on. It has many, dynamics into it. Again, like Charlotte, entering the match and then, not wanting to be in the match, then re-entering and everything, all that stuff. The thing with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee is obviously the big story heading in this. Rhea Ripley and Io with their things with the Kabuki Warriors. And Lash Legend, like a few weeks ago, debuted for the main roster. Joy, great, amazing. I don't like Lash Legend. I just don't like Lash Legend. I mean, besides all that, man, it still should be a fun match. So yeah, man, I got the faces winning this one here because, well, it just makes pretty good sense. You have the faces go on top of this one. The heels honestly don't need it. The only reason I could honestly see the heels winning is like if some shenanigans happen, which again with, I think is going to happen with this match, which is Charlotte Flair walking out her own team, turning on Alexa Bliss, and oh no, Charlotte's back to being bad, oh no, and her whole thing basically where she can't stand working with Rhea Ripley, even though you haven't really had bad blood since WrestleMania 39, but whatever. Yeah, that whole thing. Of course, Becky Lynch completely unhinged and stuff like that since losing the title to Maxine Dupree, which has been hilarious, honestly. She's out here threatening Adam Pearce and all that stuff. The whole thing is freaking insane. And, of course, AJ Lee and her whole thing with Becky Lynch as well. I can't wait for that one-on-one match, by the way. It's going to be great. Still crazy to see AJ Lee back in the WWE and wrestling in general. It's awesome. But, yeah, I got the faces when I got AJ Lee, Rhea, Io, Alexa, Charlotte. So I got them winning this match here. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the faces to win the Women's War Games match. On to next, the Women's World Championship, as we have Stephanie McMahon going up against Nikki Bella. Of course, Nikki Bella turned heel like last 2 weeks ago on Raw. She was best buddies with Stephanie McMahon and all that goody-goody two stuff. And, yeah, she turned on her, basically saying, I run this division, I made you who you are, I made this division, all that stuff, And, yeah, she wants the Women's World Championship. And, yeah, this is just should be fun, honestly. It's pretty cool to see Nikki Bella back. And this coming from someone who's not the biggest fan of the Bella Twins, but it is pretty cool to see her back, in wrestling, which is, she's giving back to the business, which is completely fine. Her whole thing, with her entering the Royal Rumble at number 30, her feud with Becky Lynch, and her thing now with Stephanie McMahon on the Women's World Championship. Like I said, she's just back to give back to the business, which is, again, that is completely fair, and I respect that. Stephanie's been a pretty fun champ. I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty fun. That's really what y'all can say about this. It's just basically fun match for Stephanie and Nikki to have for the championships. Obviously, Stephanie's going to retain. There's not really much to say about this one, except, Stephanie's going to retain, and Nikki Bella probably on to something else, but that's obvious with this one. Stephanie Vicari is going to retain the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. The Intercontinental Championship, and I can't believe I'm saying these words, the defending Intercontinental Champion, John Cena, defending his championship against the hometown boy, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Of course, he is the AAA Mega Champion, so that's something else as well. Oh, man, John Cena, the Intercontinental Champ. That is a sentence I thought I would never say, ever, honestly. Him winning in Boston, which was so freaking awesome. Just insane stuff. And just him finally becoming Grand Slam champion. About time. This should have happened a long time ago. But you know what? I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it became a moment. Him winning in Boston, the TD Garden was fantastic. Like, the pop was amazing. Just the emotion was great. Just him coming out the week after in Madison Square Garden as Intercontinental Champion, all that stuff. Just team with Rey Mysterio, teaming with Sheamus to go get the Judgment Day, which again, Finn Balor freaking took the final 5 knuckle shuffle on John Cena's final ever Raw appearance. Like, that is still insane to think about. I mean, I just wanted to just put that out there. And in general, John Cena, going out with two legends on his final Raw with Rey Mysterio and Sheamus, and that's just amazing stuff there. Big match John, now walking into his final pay-per-view as a professional wrestler, big pay-per-view wise in Survivor Series, defending the Intercontinental title against Dirty Dom. As much as I want John Cena to win this match, I really do. I don't think it's happening, sadly. I think Dominic is going to regain the Intercontinental title. Again, I like Dom. I really do. He's cool, but his last title reign just sucked. I'm being straight up honest, ladies and gentlemen. It sucked. Was it the worst of all time? No, not even close. No, but no, I didn't care for it. Not his fault, obviously, but it wasn't that good in my opinion. A second reign, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I really want John Cena to retain, to go into his final match against whoever he's going to be facing and defend the Intercontinental title and maybe win. Maybe win his final match. We shall see if he does win his final match. And then maybe he can vacate the title right afterwards. I don't know. I would just love to see Cena walking into, Saturday's main event, his final match as champ. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty awesome. But I don't think it's going to happen, sadly. I hope I'm wrong. But with John Cena, losing this title here. Because, again, I really want to go a little bit longer. That's just me. I love John Cena. Who doesn't love Big Match John? Again, Dominic is great. But that's where I think it's going to happen here as well. Dominic's going to regain the Intercontinental Championship, whether it's through the Judgment Day or whatever it may be. Maybe Mysterio turns heel. That'd be pretty funny. I mean, he turned heel many years ago in WCW, so that'd be pretty funny if he turned heel here in his hometown as well, helping his son, regaining the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think it's going to happen. You're going to have Dominic walk out as the Intercontinental Champion, and that's going to be it right there, and that's what I'm going to predict is that a new champion will be crowned. Dominic is going to regain the Intercontinental Championship. And I presume the main event, the men's Wargames match. Boy, there are a lot of bodies in this match. Good Lord. We have the World Heavyweight Champion, Pepsi Punk. We have the WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. We have the Usos. We have Roman Reigns to go up against the Visions, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. We have Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and big bad falling on my ass on Raw, Brock Lesnar. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar fell on his rear end this past week on Raw during his entrance. It was hilarious. And he recovered pretty quickly and put his hat on Braun Breaker. So that was pretty cool as well. Yeah, man, this is a lot of people in this match. Holy crap. And the faces are screwed. That's all I'm going to say. The faces are done. You're so screwed in this match. I'm going to put it out right there. Again, you got Pepsi Punk, World Heavyweight Champion. You got Cody Rhodes. Yay. We got the Usos. Yay. We got Roman Reigns. Put your ones in the air, I guess. And that'd be not bad. It's not a bad team. But, dude, we got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and the guy that falls on his rear end during his entrance, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, that's a pretty dangerous team. I'm not going to lie. But I will say the faces do have, not a bad team on their side. Of course, it's a lot of stories intertwined with one another, all the stuff with CM Punk and the Vision and Logan Paul. And then Logan Paul, 2 weeks ago, joined Paul Heyman and the Vision. He didn't really join the Vision, but he joined, this team and stuff. And then Brock Lesnar made his return at Madison Square Garden to be the 5th member of their team. Roman Reigns returned the week before that to be the member of their team. It was one or the other. And here the Usos are obviously involved in this whole thing as well. Just a lot of things are twisting and turning with this whole storyline. I will admit, it is going to be fun. It's going to be violent. It's going to be insane. Again, locking Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker in the ring with a lot of people who they can legitimately destroy. That's a pretty big case for a big beating. And I honestly have the heels winning this match. I got this feeling that the heels are going to win. And I feel like one of the champions in Cody or Punk, or maybe Jey Uso, takes the pin. I don't know if Roman Reigns is taking the pin. I don't know. We shall see. But I got the heels winning this match. Something wild's going to go down. And I expect a lot of chaos, a lot of violence, and, just a lot of wild stuff. Roman Reigns this past week on Raw literally said to both champions, like, I'm coming for your title or something like that. He didn't specifically say which championship. He just said, I'm coming for my championship. Which, all right, we're going to see who Roman Reigns will be facing for said belt right after we get done teaming up and having a good old time inside of a cage. Oh, Lord, this can be something. But yes, I have the heels winning this match, standing tall over the broken bodies of the World Heavyweight and the WWE Champion, over Yeet Man, over Roman Reigns, over everybody in that cage. And that's what I think is going to happen. It is going to be fun, though. I am looking forward to both Wargames matches, but that's what I have with the heels going over to win the men's Wargames. And that is my predictions for WWE Survivor Series at Petco Park. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It's been the year of cages. Been the month of cages, honestly. Friggin' blood and guts. We had freaking a steel cage match this past week with Samoa Joe and Hangman Page for the AEW World Championship. And now this week we have War Games. So it's the month of cages, ladies and gentlemen. Wild, wild stuff in professional wrestling. And I'm the heelest of Balors. And you'll see me again when we talk about this show again on the Losers Lounge podcast. It's always a pleasure coming on here and talk wrestling with you guys. Love every single one of you homies. You guys are great. You guys are a great audience. Stay safe out there. And it's been raining heavily over here in my area where I am at. It's been crazy. The power went out a few times last night, so that was fun. It's about storming in a few minutes, so I better get this up. And I will see you all on the next video. Please, too sweet the like button down below. Subscribe videos like this one. Follow I got Twitter, Heel Battler, Instagram, Heel Battler YT. And I will see you all on the next one. Too sweet and peace out.